What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. I'm your man that makes videos with no plan, Tyrone Cross. And usually I go on this weird spiel about turning my videos into a hitchhiker, giving them a thumbs up and subscribing and all this cool stuff that I do. But this time I'm just getting on with the topic. Why? Because it's personal to me. That's why. And why is it personal? Because two things are going on that should never be going on. One, you should never be talking ill of the dead. And two, you should never ever call Kobe Bryant a piece of shit and let me find out about it. Because not only am I just a fan, but he literally is the biggest inspiration and motivation and like a father figure to me. Literally like a father figure to me. I'm not saying that I know him personally, but he has had a major impact on how I approach my life, how I approach things in my life. Always trying to do it my best. Like these YouTube videos, I always do try to do my best. Maybe you guys think they're crap, but I'm trying to do my best. And he's also taught me things like what hard work is and why to work hard and why to try to work harder than the next person and why to always just try to better yourself. I never really had a father figure like that. He was a game banger and in prison a lot. He was 15 when I was born. So, you know, it wasn't the best circumstances, but it is what it is. The other male role model that I looked up to was DMX. The way he was just raw, authentic, unapologetically just being himself. He said what was on his mind. He didn't care if it risked his career. He didn't care if it risked his fame. He was gonna tell the truth. He was never gonna be fake. Every time you saw him, he was who he was. And that's what I took from him. Did I love his music? Yes. Did I love Kobe Bryant's basketball game? Yes. It was very, very, very exciting and great. But I love their personalities even more. What they stood for, how they try to walk in life. Did they make mistakes? Of course. They're human. But always being real with yourself and always trying to work hard and better yourself are two powerful, positive things you should always be striving for. Always. But now let me get back to the topic that's personal to me. Now you guys all know Kobe Bryant hasn't been with us for like 4 years now. RIP. Or at least he was trying to RIP until just recently some dude comes out of nowhere and claims to be Kobe Bryant's former friend and says Kobe Bryant is a piece of shit because Kobe Bryant let him go to jail and just stopped talking to him. And as you guys can imagine, there are many layers of this story to go through. And since Kobe Bryant is not here to stick up for himself, guess who is? Me. Did you guess me? It's me. So you already know. Let's view it. So real quick, let me give this YouTuber their flowers because we're going to be watching a clip from his channel. His channel is called Blood on the Razor Wire TV. I don't know what to say about his channel. I never watched his channel, but go ahead and check his channel out. Now his interview with Kevin Sanchez is like 40 minutes. We're not watching the whole 40 minutes. It's just a small portion of the interview where he gets into this whole story about him and Kobe Bryant basically being a piece of shit. Yeah, we'll see about that.
If they Google you, Kevin Sanchez and Kobe Bryant, I'm sure there'll be some stuff to read about, right?
Yes, they Google Kevin Sanchez and Kobe Bryant, you're gonna see we got a ESPN story plus the story with us, the whole thing is gonna come up. We was on the front page of the Daily News when this crime that they said that I did happen. So you know what I mean?
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Now just real quick, I'm gonna let you guys know, of course, I definitely Googled what he said to Google. And let me tell you, it was very underwhelming. But I'll share what I found throughout the video.
Right? I mean, Kobe comes over. I mean, you guys start hanging out. Kind of tell us how that whole thing works out.
Oh, well, I met him, I played basketball. So I met him in Narberth in the playground playing basketball. Like he came over, I was still young, back and forth from the hood. Cause where he's from is it's probably like 2 minutes from Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia, then you got a city line. You cross over City Line Avenue, just one crossover from Philly, not even 1 minute, 20 seconds, and you over in Lower Merion. So I met him over there, playing basketball. Every now and then we would play. Then I end up going to Lower Merion the next year, and he was there. He was the star basketball player. So I knew him since then, and we was we was good friends then, but we became better friends like towards the end, like, you know what I mean? Towards because I left the school. I actually left, and then we linked back up like while he was on his way to the NBA, and that's when we got real tight then, like tighter.
Let me ask you this, right? You meet Kobe, you're hooping, he's hooping. Was he great as a kid?
Yeah, he was actually like, it's crazy, but in ninth grade he was real good in ninth grade. But 10th grade, man, everybody who knew him knew he was going to the NBA. I knew it, you know what I mean? Like, even though to me he's not a good person like everybody think he is, he turned out to be something, you know what I mean? He's still, to me, the best basketball player I ever seen play besides Michael Jordan. Like, to me, I never seen nothing like it. And he was like that when he was young. Nothing was more important than basketball. So that's the way it was with him.
What was his attitude like as a kid, though? Was he arrogant? Was he, just like, yo, I'm just here hooping?
He was only arrogant when it came to, like, far as rap and as far as basketball. He wasn't just an arrogant dude. People get that whole thing that they put on him. They put that on him. He wasn't really like that. He was a cool, down to earth dude. He was a regular dude. He was regular. Like, he wasn't arrogant. He got arrogant as he got, bigger, and they was feeding his head and all that. He knew he was becoming the best. That's when he became like a piece of crap. He wasn't like that when we was young.
You say a piece of crap. I mean, you could say shit. Do you feel like he was a piece of shit eventually?
I eventually, yes, I do. I think he was. As far as us, that was his original friends, because he shitted on all of us at the end of it. If you want to keep it real, he shitted on every single one of us. He made all new friends when he went out there, and he cut everybody off, including his family members. I'm friends with his family members, so he was just man. It's a long story. We could get into it. You know what I mean?
Now, I know it's no surprise, you guys know I'm here to find flaws in this guy's story. So one thing I want to point out is that Kevin Sanchez is saying that Kobe was a cool dude when he was young, but turned into a piece of shit when he got older. And what he means by older is 17 years old, maybe 18. So right away, he's manipulating our minds into perceiving Kobe Bryant when he's young, and then Kobe Bryant as the Black Mamba. But in this story, Kobe Bryant is still in high school, you guys. Still in high school. I just want to point that out because the way he tells the story, it makes you think that Kobe Bryant is the Kobe Bryant as we know him. It's not the same person. He's still just a teenager.
The whole thing of even what happened with me even going to jail, you know what I mean? I was falsely accused. When this crime happened, I was with him when they blamed this on me. So he was a witness to keep me out of jail. Like, he didn't testify. And, I understand why he didn't. And I understand why. He was on his way to the NBA. He was matter of fact, he was already drafted. He just didn't get there yet. So this happened in August when they blamed this on me. But we was all together that day. Me, him, his family members, Charlie Mack. We was all, my man, and a bunch of us. We was in this Jewish center playing basketball. That's where he practiced at. One of my friends worked there, opened and closed it. That was his friend too, and that was a secret little place where he came and played and practiced.
Now again, these are important details. Kevin Sanchez is saying that he was with a bunch of people. Kobe Bryant's family, this guy, that guy. The person that opened up the gym for him is apparently Kevin Sanchez's friend and Kobe Bryant's friend. This bit of detail becomes very important later.
We was all there. So what happened was, we was all there one day, and I was performing. I was supposed to perform for Charlie Mack, so I can get a record deal through Charlie Mack, or he could put me on, whatever.
Okay, so they're all there, but they're not there to play ball. They're all there doing a rap performance, or Kevin Sanchez has a rap performance to do. I just want to clarify that because I want the story as accurate as Kevin Sanchez is telling it.
We was there all day. During this time, somebody robbed the 7-Eleven. Mind you, the 7-Eleven that they robbed is kind of far from where we was, and is very far. I don't even know how the hell they even put me on it or whatever, but it happened. It was far. It was like a couple miles away, a nice amount of miles. It was all the way down. We was on 77th and City Avenue. That 7-Eleven, if I'm not mistaken, was on like 50th, so it was down. So somebody went in there and robbed them, and the person who robbed them, he robbed the store. Then after he robbed the store, he carjacked 2 girls that went to St. Joe's and made his getaway. I was with Kobe at the time. Now during this time, they arrested me for it. And the reason why they
Now notice he said I was with Kobe at the time now. No, you were with a bunch of people. We got to keep that clear because it becomes a very important part of his story. He wasn't just with Kobe. Yes, he might have been with Kobe, but Kobe and the gang.
arrested me is because why they even put me involved in it. And this is what I believe. Well, my brother and I got family members that was all like involved in little crime. So out of them, my brother is only a year and some change younger than me. My brother and them, they was doing it. I was the only one that wasn't into that type stuff. You know what I mean? I did my little hustling and shit like that, but I wasn't into like doing the shit that they did. They was doing stuff. The name was floating around that we was involved in crime. They thought I was the leader of my brother's whole little shit because I'm the oldest Sanchez, which I wasn't. My brother is his own man. So they put my face in this lineup, and this guy, Arabian guy or whatever he was, he picked me. And now, mind you, that store that they even said that we robbed, I'm a frequent person in there. I grew up in that 7-Eleven. It happened to have a foreign exchange student who was working there at the time who got robbed, and they put my lineup there. Mind you, they put my lineup in other things too during this. And I got charged with other robberies that I beat because I didn't do none of it. So I was being charged with a bunch of robberies during this time, beating them like it wasn't me. They was just trying to get one of us.
So there's a lot going on here. So let's make sure we got this straight. So he gets falsely accused for robbing a 7-Eleven a couple of miles away from where he is performing with Kobe and the gang. And he thinks he's getting accused of this because his younger brother is a gangbanger or criminal. So somehow he gets falsely accused. They take his photo, then put it in numerous different crimes, but he doesn't get caught for either of them. Is that what you guys got? I just want to make sure we're still understanding what's going on.
Tried to get me, and this guy said it was me. So the guy robbed the store. They blamed it on me. We all knew about it. Kobe tried to bail me out. He tried to bail me out, but he didn't allow him. His mom didn't allow him to bail me out. He tried to, but they didn't. So I ended up staying in jail, and then I ended up getting out on September 13th, 1996. That's when I got out. The day Tupac died. I remember it. I got out that day, and we were still always tight. But you know what I mean?
Okay, so Kobe did try to bail him out, but Kobe's mom said, no, you can't bail him out. And then he was released the day Tupac died.
He never came to court. Well, we didn't even get to that part yet. He did hire me some lawyers, but the thing about it was the lawyers made up a game plan along with Kobe's advisors for Kobe never to show. So it was on us, the lawyers beating it. The thing about it is I was young, I was a kid, so I didn't know nothing about that. The lawyers was accident lawyers. You know what I mean? It wasn't criminal lawyers.
You get arrested for this robbery. Really, you're with Kobe Bryant. You're actually innocent. You get arrested. You go to jail. You're sitting in jail. You get ready to go to trial. He doesn't come to testify, but really he would have been the star witness for you saying, look, this is my friend. This man wasn't there at the robbery, and he decides I can't jeopardize, my image. I mean, he's not going to jail, obviously, if he testifies. But is that the reason why he doesn't do it? Because of his image? Because of the NBA?
It was fully because of his image, but it wasn't from his dad's point of view. His dad was with him testifying. His mom wasn't. So the identity of the guy who robbed the 7-Eleven was 5'8", 120 pounds, dark black eyes with a mask on. I mean, my eyes is green. I wasn't 5'8" since I was a kid. I'm 6 feet 6'1", and I can't even remember being 130 pounds or something like I never was. I was always a big guy. So that it was false. It was the identification was fucked up. So the lawyers said, look, we're just gonna go with identity, and I should have beat it off identity alone, especially being as fact the guy who robbed the store took his mask off when he carjacked the 2 girls, and he carjacked them to get away. The 2 girls couldn't pick me and said it wasn't me. The cops never even charged me with the carjacking to hide the fact. They never charged me with carjacking, never, even though they know the person did it. They wanted to hide that because the girls couldn't pick me out. and I still lost the case. The reason why I lost, and I beat the lineup. I took a lineup and beat the lineup, still lost the case. The Indian dude in the lineup said, I think that's him. Like, the guy had a bread mask wrapped around his face, a Wonder Bread. You see my face is kind of chubby. The bread mask barely wrapped around my face. So the idiot who robbed the store had a fucking Wonder Bread mask wrapped around his face and robbed the store.
So did he have a mask on or a Wonder Bread wrapper? What? What is going on? You would be shocked what kind of comments you find on the TikTok video clip of this video. How many people instantly just believed them?
So I got totally railroad. At the end, the prosecutor made a big deal about Kobe not being there, and that's what swayed the jury. She went full ballistic, where's Kobe Bryant mode at the end, and that's how I end up losing it.
Was him taking a sip of that soda a sign that he's telling the truth? He must be. It all makes sense. None of the evidence line up with him doing it. The guy was 5'8". He's 6'1". The guy was skinny. He is not. The guy had a Wonder Bread mask on, or a mask on. The dude that identified him said,
I think it's him.
And the two girls said,
It's not him.
But then the prosecutor brought out the ultimate evidence and said,
Where's Kobe Bryant? No Kobe Bryant? Then no freedom.
Who would believe that? What, was the prosecutor a huge Kobe Bryant fan and let down really bad when he didn't show up? And again, you guys remember, Kobe Bryant wasn't the Kobe Bryant he is now. This is still the high school Kobe Bryant that just got drafted to the Lakers. Kobe Bryant did not have the same name as LeBron James coming out of high school. When Jerry West saw him work out, he didn't know who he was. He was just really impressed by his workouts and said, whoa, who's that? Let's get him. Kevin Sanchez keeps trying to paint the picture that this is the 5-time champion, greatest basketball player ever. I know you guys want to debate that, but greatest basketball player ever that he was depending on to get him out of jail. It wasn't. It was a 17-year-old kid, maybe just turned 18. That's it. He didn't have his millions or a shoe contract or nothing like that. He was just the #1 high school player in the country. That's all. But even if he did have that kind of pull or star power, explain, why was it all on him? You said his family was there. You said this guy was there. That guy was there. You said it was Kobe and the gang. So how come none of the gang came in to say you were with them? You said your friend opened up the place for you. Why didn't he go testify for you? There should have been numerous people to testify for you. Why did you need Kobe Bryant to testify for you? And secondly, out of everybody that could have testified for you, I promise Kobe Bryant was probably the most busiest one.
What do you feel like if Kobe would have came, you'd have been acquitted?
I would have clearly been acquitted. That's not even up for debate. I would have definitely clearly been acquitted.
Kobe to come testify on your behalf, would it have hurt him?
No, it wouldn't have hurt him, but they were scared. You know what I mean? To damage his image in any type of way. So they didn't want to do it at all. You know what I mean? I wanted them to do it, but I was young at the time. My mom was in jail, so I didn't have any guidance legally to tell me to even get it. Because if I had it, I think I also would have beat it if I had criminal lawyers. Like those lawyers, I respect what they done, because the lawyer the firm was owned by another kid that we was around in school as his dad's, and you know what I mean. They tried their best to they was slip and fall accident lawyers. I was their first criminal case.
After you blow trial, now you're going to go to prison. You're going to get sentenced.
Just real quick, even if they were slip and fall accident lawyers, and this was their first criminal case, which I don't believe is true, but let's say it's true, this would have been the easiest criminal case of all time, because you have several witnesses to your alibi. You weren't even there. You don't even look like the person. The eyewitnesses can't even agree if you're the person. There's no way to lose this. There's no evidence that said you did this. Unless you did it.
Does Kobe reach out while you're in jail? Is he looking out on the commissary tip? Is he doing anything for you?
Nah, he never did anything after that. He after I went to trial and everything, and I lost it, because mind you, during this we was in negotiations and getting a record deal. Now Kobe, first it was was supposed to be me as a solo rapper, but then because that's what the whole thing was, Kobe was going, be my sponsor, pay for me, and would take me all. We was going to go to the top. I was one of the best rappers in the city at the time. Anybody can tell you that. So we were supposed to go to the top. He was going to use his influence and his money and everything. We talked about this growing up, when we was hanging together. He was always with me, mind you, in the hood, everywhere. I had him everywhere with me. He was one of my best friends. We were super duper tight. So, but he figured out, let's make a rap group. So we formed up a rap group called the Cheesaw.
So again, Kevin Sanchez is saying Kobe Bryant said he was going to use his influence, his power, his money to help him with his rap career. But Kobe Bryant's only 17 years old, 18 years old. That's why I'm trying to point out Kevin Sanchez keeps trying to paint this picture of the Kobe Bryant we remember. The grown man, the man with millions and millions of dollars, the man that everybody knows. No, this is the man that nobody knows right now. So why would the man that nobody knows right now say, hey, I'm going to use my influence and power to make you a rap superstar? Not only that, the only thing Kobe Bryant really cared about was basketball. Why do you think he's a subpar rapper and a great basketball player? Because he cared about the craft of basketball. I'm sure rap was a little side hobby that he thought was fun, but he was trying to perfect basketball, not become Jay-Z.
He got us a deal. We ended up getting a record deal with like Sony, Columbia. We did get a deal, but during that time, all the rest of the group was out in LA. I had to stay here to fight. And they all came, the ones that was at the time, they came to testify. Charlie Mack testified. 2 of Kobe's cousins, blood cousins, testified. They all testified, and I still lost because of the Kobe Bryant thing. But during this time, Kobe was kind of like, he was a man. I spoke to him a lot. Like everything was good until once he met his wife, he kind of like did erased, like it was a wrap.
Wait a second. So now he's saying that everybody did testify on his behalf except Kobe Bryant, and that's why he's guilty? Is he being serious? Is this supposed to be a real story? And secondly, Kevin Sanchez just said Kobe Bryant stopped talking to me after he met his wife. Kobe Bryant met his wife in 1999 on a music video set. All this stuff that he's talking about happened in 1996. 3 years before Kobe Bryant met his wife. Now maybe I'm missing something, but I'm just saying things don't add up.
I mean, like I was speaking to him all the time, all the way up until I was convicted. Once I was convicted, he never reached out to me ever again. Except one time when I was in jail, when he got caught up in that thing with the rape stuff. He wrote me then a letter explaining, saying that he was going to look out for me when I got home, and I waited for him and ran it to him. So he never reached out, no.
Any chance we get to see this letter? Oh, let me guess. You threw away a personal letter from Kobe Bryant when he was gonna go to jail. You didn't think, hey, maybe I could sell this. Maybe this would be worth something someday. Right. Where's the letter? Oh, I know. He gave you one of those Inspector Gadget letters that just blow up after you're done reading them. So let's make sure we got this straight. Kevin Sanchez gets falsely accused of robbing a 7-Eleven in 1996. Everyone testifies in his behalf, but not Kobe Bryant, so of course he's guilty. But apparently, even though Kobe Bryant didn't testify for him, he was still talking to him, because Kobe Bryant didn't stop talking to him until 1999 when he met his wife, and also at the time of his conviction. There were 2 different times that Kobe Bryant stopped talking to him. But then Kobe Bryant started talking to him again when Kobe Bryant was going through his grape case. At that point, Kobe Bryant decided to write him a letter in jail. Kevin Sanchez got the letter, read the letter, then 15 seconds after he read it, the letter blew up. But other than that, Kobe Bryant never talked to him while he was in jail.
So now check this out. You go to prison. How much time are you sentenced to?
I got sentenced to a 5 to 10 years.
You get sentenced to a 5 to 10. We're going to talk about when you get out of prison, you do go to see Kobe again, but let's talk about what prison's like.
Okay, at this point, Kevin Sanchez is just explaining his experience in prison, so we're just going to skip over that until he comes back in contact with Kobe Bryant.
After like 18 months, I went home, and then I was on house arrest for like 3 years, and then they appealed that appeal, and I lost that. Once I knew I was losing, I cut the house arrest ban off. I ran for a while, ended up going back to jail again and doing the rest of the time.
Okay, like I said, I skipped over his experience in jail, and now we're at the point where he's saying he did 18 months. They let him out and gave him 3 years on house arrest. Then they wanted to appeal it. He knew he was going to lose the appeal, so he cut off his ankle bracelet and ran. They caught him and put him back in jail. Now, obviously, he's leaving out part of the story. They don't just put you on house arrest for 3 years and then randomly want to appeal it. He must have messed up in some way. If he was doing what he was supposed to do, there's no way to appeal it. Why would they appeal it? We want to take it away after 3 years because you're ugly.
Really, you're kind of out on like an appeal right now at this point, right?
Yeah, I was out. Well, I went to jail first for like 2 years. Like I say, like 20 months, I went back to jail. Then they allowed me to get a we put in, because the lawyers wasn't, they was slip and fall lawyers, so we put in for the ineffective counsel. So the judge, which this never happens, this is the same judge that Meek Mill was going through it, Janice Brinkley, that same judge, she allowed me to get out. Like, she gave me house arrest. They allowed me to go home. I went out on house arrest, and I was on house arrest for like 2 years until I lost. They appealed the appeal. Once it came back around, they was going to book me. I had to turn myself back in. I wasn't trying to turn myself back in. I cut the ban off and I ran. I went to Pittsburgh for a minute. And then once they got me in Pittsburgh, I ran to Baltimore, and I got caught in Baltimore because they put me on America's Most Wanted. So I ended up getting caught.
Did he just take another sip of that soda as a sign that he's telling the truth? And by the way, I Googled America's Most Wanted and Kevin Sanchez, and guess what I found? Nothing. This whole story sounds crazy. Now he's changing the numbers. Now he's on house arrest for 2 years. Now he cut the bracelet off, ran across the states, and found himself on America's Most Wanted. And all of this is happening in his life as an innocent man because the Mamba didn't show up to testify. Yep, this sounds true to me.
America's Most Wanted. This is a crazy story, bro. There's a lot more to this story than I knew, going in. That's crazy.
It's a whole bunch. Look, so I'm in jail. Just knowing you an innocent man when you in jail was a different thing. So I actually did 5 years for nothing. I'm an innocent man. I'm so innocent that when you get out of jail, you have to see the parole board. You can't leave nothing out when you tell them they ask you, all right, what happened? Oh, I went into a store. If you leave any detail out, you're not getting out. They bang you for being in denial. So I had to fucking order the transcripts and study the transcripts like I was studying for an acting job in a movie. I had to read the whole thing through, remember every detail of it, and not leave nothing out. So when I seen the parole board, I didn't miss a beat. It was like I was in acting class. So I had to learn what the guy did, every move he done. The guy done and said, because you can't leave nothing out. They don't want to let you out anyway. So if you leave something out, that's it. You're done. You're not getting out. So I went and studied the case, learned every move. The guy shot in the ceiling, ran out, all that stuff. Everything he said. So, and you know what I mean? So that was bad. I had to humble myself, just knowing that I'm an innocent man, that I didn't do shit. Like, I never robbed no motherfucking store. Never. I would never do it. They just railroaded me and flim-flammed me. They put another case on me too, but that I beat with, as far as they tried to get me they gave me 2 cases. They also gave me another case where I allegedly ran a cop off the road and drug a bunch of bullshit. I beat that one too, but I had to go to trial and fight that also. But I beat that in trial.
So now we're at the point of the Kevin Sanchez story where this innocent man decides to embrace the role of the criminal. Know his mind, know his every move, know every word he said, how he did the crime. He studied the script to make sure he didn't miss one thing in the story so he can get on parole. Is anyone buying this? And if so, how much are you paying? I think the only script he is acting out is the one he's doing right now.
Let's talk about this, right? You do finally get out of prison. Sentence is over with. You get out, are you thinking, damn, man, Kobe's going to look out for me, put a couple dollars in my pocket, I'm twisted, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Are you thinking that?
Yes, I am. You know what I mean? And I held it up. You know, people, a lot of people, like when Kobe came here to like play against the city and the city was booing him and nobody liked Kobe. See, people in this city on the road didn't start liking Kobe till he passed away. They hated Kobe here. Like nobody liked Kobe. We argue all day about because they don't like him. And the reason I was on the front page, a lot of people say, oh, he ain't come to court for his man. They don't even be knowing as me and be saying that. Man, I don't like that nigga. He ain't come to court for his man and shit like that. So
ain't nobody saying that because ain't nobody know this. Go ahead and try to find it. Google Kevin Sanchez. Go ahead and try to find it. If you find it, please tell me where.
Was on the front page of the Daily News, so it was a big thing. Anybody that's listening and looking, go and Google Kevin Sanchez, Kobe Bryant. This is 100% true story. I'm thinking he's gonna look out. I'm fucked up out here, struggling, but got back dibbling and dabbling in the streets.
Challenge accepted. I Googled it. And you know what you find? Nothing. Want me to show you? Kevin Sanchez and Kobe Bryant. Googled. Where do you see? All you see is Kobe Bryant labeled as a piece of poo-poo. He was a piece of poo. Kobe Bryant sent his best friend to prison when he came. 1 day ago. Former friend calls Kobe Bryant a piece of pow-pow. 1 hour ago. You can go on and you don't find one thing that talks about the actual case or Kobe Bryant not showing up to testify or Kobe Bryant being subpoenaed to testify or nothing. But anyways, you can't find nothing about this whole story and Kobe Bryant and testifying on Google. Now, maybe if you do a deep dive, go to the courthouse, maybe there's some records there, but clearly you can't Google it. But if you do put in Kevin Sanchez, what will pop up is him saying he thinks Kobe Bryant is a piece of shit. So the conclusion I can come to is this is the first time you can put his name in and it pops up.
To get my shit in order. So Lower Marion was opening up a gym. This is when I really found out he was a piece of shit. This right here is what made me be like, you know what? Fuck him.
You guys ready? Hold on to your trousers. It's gonna be a doozy. Go ahead, Kevin Sanchez. Tell us why Kobe Bryant is a piece of shit. Tell us why you're now like, fuck him.
You know what I mean? I waited in the rain. They wasn't letting nobody, wasn't no more tickets, so I couldn't get in there. It was freezing outside. I waited out that motherfucker. I waited out there the whole time, freezing. I saw the bus, the little tour bus thing that they was in. So boom, they start coming out. I see Shannon Brown and a bunch of the players. So I'm like, bet. I see Kobe. I'm like, Bean. He see me. He like, who that? I'm like, man, you know who it is. He like, San? I'm like, yeah. He come over. We talking. Mind you, he was giving, the vibe he was giving off was like a weird vibe. I ain't like, it was nothing like how we were. It was a weird vibe. He had his little security team with him. I'm telling him like, what the hell is the security dude there? I want to talk to you personally. So he like, all right, what's going on? I'm like, look, man. His thing was he kept trying to reminisce to why he didn't come to court because he never explained that to me. I didn't even want to hear that. I told him, look, Kobe, I don't care about the court shit. It's over. I did the time. I'm home. This is what I need you to do for me. I'm like, look, man, I don't want no handouts. I don't want no money. I don't want shit. This is what I need you to do. I'm out here struggling. I got 2 kids. I got a family, man. All I want to do is go back with you. You get me out there, LA somewhere, man. Put me with somebody where I can make my own money. You just like get me in and I'm working for somebody or I'm doing something or business, anything to benefit myself. So, and I don't want nothing free. I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing but work for it.
So let me get this straight. The last time you heard from Kobe is when he sent you a letter, apparently because of the grape thing. Now you run into his team in the tour bus. You yell for him. He comes to you with a security guard. You tell him to get rid of the security guard because you want to have a private conversation. He says, okay. And now you guys are having a private conversation and Kobe's focusing on why he didn't testify over 10 years ago. But you're like,
nah, it's okay. I don't care about that. But what I do need from you, I'm not asking for any handouts or anything like that. But I need you to take me back with you and hook me up with some connections so I can make a bunch of money. Just give me a good job. Hook me up with people with money. Give me a good opportunity. For nothing. I don't want no handouts though. I'm willing to work for it. I'm telling you right now, Kobe, I'm willing to run the longest race. I will run a race as long as you need. As long as you put me at the finish line.
That's all I said. That's all I asked you to do. I don't want nothing. Just put me in position. He Kobe Bryant. He could put me with anybody. But or he could do it himself. Put me as a security on a security team. Anything. We were super tight. There's no way he shouldn't do this for me. So I said that to him. He said,
"There's no way he shouldn't do this for me. Why are you so entitled for Kobe Bryant to put you up in some great position? What makes you think you even have the mind to have such a position? Just because you went to prison? This shows a lot about his personality already. He kind of sounds like a criminal. Come on, man, you owe me this. Do this for me. We knew each other. We grew up. We were boys. Now take me with you."
"Oh yeah, that'll be no problem, no problem." I'm like, "Yo, I need a number. I don't got no number on you. How me get back to you?" He gives me a phone number. I'm happy as hell. I'm happy now. I'm like, bet. I'm betting my man wouldn't. That's my man. I'm back with my guy. I'm about to get out of here. I'm amped up.
No shit. I don't even know Kobe Bryant personally, but if he gave me his phone number, I'm gonna be amped up. How are we supposed to take this? Like, look how happy Kevin is. He's back with his best friend. That's all he wanted. And now he has his best friend back. Seriously? They were in high school at the time.
He leave. I go back to the house. The next day I call. It's an assistant dude's phone number. It's not even him. Assistant dude. The assistant dude not getting him on the phone. I can't never get to him. So that was basically just a cat. He just like brushed me off, treated me like in the way he was acting was weird anyway. So, I'm still holding on to the fact that, man, this is my guy. He going, maybe it's just because he in the league still. And if he get out, when he done with the league, he'll come back and get us. I held that the whole time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm still doing my thing to survive, but that's in the back of my mind. Like, man, my man might come and get me. It's like a dream type of thing. Just in the back of my head because he wants.
Just real quick, let's be in his head for a second. Let's pretend like everything he's saying is true. So he's claiming his friend is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant turned his back on him, didn't testify for him, so he had to do time. Kobe Bryant didn't put money on his books, didn't visit him, didn't talk to him, except for sent him one letter, and that's because Kobe Bryant was in trouble. That letter blows up. He never hears from Kobe Bryant again. Then when Kevin gets out, he runs up on the Lakers tour bus, then pulls Kobe Bryant to the side and says, "I don't want any handouts. I just want you to put me in a good position where I can make a lot of money." As the first conversation he has with Kobe Bryant when he gets out, and then asks for Kobe Bryant's number, and then is shocked when it's Kobe Bryant's assistant. This guy sees the world in a weird ass way.
My best friends, period. Like, but nah, that's not what happened. I went to his cousin when the Lakers came, when he was playing his last game, and that's when I found out. His cousin was like, look, because I was talking, big about him. Yeah, yo, my man, blah, blah. His cousin came to me. He said, "Kev, I'm going to tell you something about this guy. Dude is a certified piece of shit." And that's when he started running everything down. The man never did nothing for nobody in his family. Like he got a $500 million empire. His sisters was working regular jobs. You see his mom and them got to fucking sell memorabilia and shit. But even when he was home, remember that memorabilia shit? That's because dude just a certified, he just don't care about nobody but his wife and them and the new family. And and all that comes from his wife. Once he used to come back to Philly all the time. That's why I'm saying we were still tight. He came back every summer after the season. Once he met her, he never came back no more. That's when everything changed when that happened. You know what I mean?
Again, Kobe Bryant met his wife in 1999. This took place in 1996. But also, I don't know what Kobe did and did not do for his mom and dad. But also, I don't know their relationship. Some people don't have good relationships with their parents. And also, I don't know the financial situation of his parents. His dad did play in the NBA. His dad did play overseas. It doesn't seem like they were hurting for money.
He sent everybody home with the group. Steve Stout and them convinced him to be a solo rapper and that garbage ass shit that he put out, that KOB trash. He was a way better rapper than that. He was actually a dope rapper, like real dope. People, he was nice, super nice, but they made him water it down and do that bullshit, and it flopped. And he sent everybody home, told everybody, y'all just got to go the fuck back home and give jobs like regular people. Cut them all off, sent them back home, because my cousin was out there with him. He was a member of the group. Just sent them all back home, and it was just ever since then, he just terrible, man. Like it's nothing. This is why I commend LeBron James. LeBron James, all his friends and family, he put them on. He made sure they was right, man. Kobe had a lot of us, man, that loved him, man. That was his friends. He just did us all dirty, man. He did us all, including his parents. His parents and them right now struggling, trying to sell shit, and his wife got control of his empire. You mean to tell me it's no tunnel or funnel where his parents get anything?
Are you trying to tell me this whole thing was really about LeBron James and how great of a person he is? I'm tired of LeBron James. LeBron James will never be the GOAT. Let it go, Kevin Sanchez. And as far as I'm concerned, all of this is hearsay. We don't know who Kobe took with him. I don't know all of Kobe's friends. I don't know all of Kobe's personal relationships. I don't know everybody that he knew. But as far as I understand, he wasn't social like that. It was him and the basketball. If you look at any documentary about Kobe Bryant, it always talks about how he just played basketball, that he wouldn't hang out because he was so obsessed with basketball. And this has been the story about Kobe Bryant forever. Even when he was alive, this was known. It was never disputed. Now that he's dead, all of a sudden this guy's coming out and Kobe Bryant has a bunch of friends and apparently hung out with him all the time.
They don't even get nothing. They wasn't even mentioned at his funeral. Nothing. He wanted to work. I'm telling you, man, he's a bad guy, man. And everybody can praise him and say what they want, but we as real friends. And I challenge anybody, his friend, any of his family, the family that's going to step up and try to say I'm lying or anything like that. They the ones that he never was close with anyway in the first place, because he got family members he didn't never fuck with at all. The ones he fuck with won't say nothing because they know that's the truth.
That literally makes no sense. So the family that's going to defend him are the families he doesn't associate with, and the ones that he associate with won't say nothing? Let me say it one more again to make sure it completely sinks in. So Kevin Sanchez says the family and friends that are going to come out and say that he is lying about Kobe Bryant are people that Kobe Bryant doesn't even associate with. And the ones that he does associate with aren't going to say nothing. How convenient for Kevin Sanchez.
So you guys feel like Vanessa kind of influenced him, that it was just like, she was like, yo, it's us and forget your family type of shit?
Yeah, because his family, what it was Kobe wanted to, when Kobe met her and was falling for her and all that, his mom and them wanted him to sign a prenup before he got into it, because he was with another girl named Jocelyn. That was his girl from Philly. She didn't even know that they was broke up yet. Nobody ain't know that. He just like broke. He cut her and everybody off in the same probably like 3-day span. Once he met Vanessa and his head flew over hills with her, he cut off Jocelyn and everything. His mom and them, they wanted him to sign a prenup. Vanessa didn't want to sign a prenup. And so he didn't want to listen to his mom. That's how the whole thing fell out with his mom and them, is because of the prenup situation. Whereas Vanessa told him, look, man, she never liked the mom anyway. So, it's either them or me. And he chose them and he cut his mom and them off completely, where they wasn't seeing the kids, nothing.
Just as side information, all of this is common knowledge about Kobe Bryant. The prenup thing, all of that is common knowledge. So this is not inside information that he knows because he knows Kobe Bryant as a friend. Everybody that really knows about Kobe Bryant knows this.
Completely cut all of them off. He cut off everybody. His friends, his new friends, is the guy who give him a massage, the guy who rubs his feet. These his best friends now. All his friends is nobody. His new friends is fucking. Just think, he said his best friend was Rob Pelinka, his agent. What about Matt, Russ? What about Ant? What about me? What about all of us that was here that was your best friends? What are we? All of us work regular jobs out there. Nobody that was his friend got shit. We're nothing. This is crazy.
Man, as you said, Listen, man, I ain't never gonna let my best friend rub my feet, man. I might go to the, the Asian man and
You know
he
what
does
I
the
mean?
massage, but I ain't gonna be his
You
best
know what I
friend.
mean? He turned all them. He turned his whole new. He made a new world for himself. Cut all us off, and you know what I mean. We always had the notion he coming back to get us, man. He'll be back. So we just gonna live our lives, do what we do, and then we'll get a bonus. Like if you like, it was crazy with them. That situation was wild. We always had the notion he coming back to get us, man. He'll be back. So we just gonna live our lives, do what we do, and then we'll get a bonus. He'll come back like, look, this is what we gonna do. But he never put his family on and did shit for them. So what the hell was I shouldn't even expected this, but it was just a thing in my mind that made me expect it. So you know what I mean?
So let me make sure I understood that correct. This old whack ass rap group from high school always kept it in their mind that Kobe Bryant was gonna come back and lace them. Really? You guys held it in your mind that Kobe Bryant, the greatest basketball player, was gonna come back and set you guys up because he was part of your whack ass rap group. Somebody lost touch of reality.
Let me interject for a second, right, Kev? Because some people are gonna watch and be like, man, ain't owe you shit. But man, it ain't really like that, man. When you're growing up, it's like right now, man. I came home from prison and I helped my best friend out, man. I mean, he was out here struggling a little bit, and he's like, yo, put a store together for me. I put a corner, so I had a couple dollars to do it. I did it. I put a store together for him. He's running the store. We're 50-50 partners, whatever. That's my man. So when you're growing up as a kid and in the struggle, hey, when this man, like you said, got a $500 million empire. Does he owe you? He doesn't necessarily owe you, but man, it's that respect thing. You know how people are like, oh man, every time you do something for someone, you throw it in their face. Nah, I just expect you to do for me what I've done for you. Give me the same respect. And I think he probably should have looked out. You were his man. He's supposed to take you with him. You were his best friend.
See, this is the problem though. The guy doing the interview probably hooked up his boy because that was really his boy. I don't think this was Kobe Bryant's best friend. How do we know that Kevin Sanchez was actually a good friend to Kobe Bryant? How do we know this? Why are we assuming that they were actually boys? Just because he's saying this? This has never been mentioned ever. And let me tell you guys, I'm a rapper. I've been rapping a long time, and I rap with several people, several homies or acquaintances or whatever you want to call them. But if I ever blew up, especially off a talent that had nothing to do with rap music, why would I owe them? Now, if Kobe Bryant blew up making rap music, okay, maybe I would understand why they think, hey, why didn't Kobe Bryant come back and get us? We were a rap group. Now he's up there making big hits without us. That would make sense. But him shooting game winners and fadeaways and stacking championships with the Lakers had nothing to do with you. You didn't help him do that at all. My main point is, why are we assuming that they were good friends? Just because he's saying so, and Kobe Bryant ain't here to say he ain't.
Well, this is my thing. He don't owe me nothing. That's what people don't understand. I'm not even worried about. I didn't want him to give me anything. I just wanted him to help us out life-wise, and he had the ability to help our life. But he don't got to give a shit for free. He could have took me and it could have been a guy, some type of broker or some shit out there that he knew, and he like, look, man, I want to put one of my friends in your firm. He could have told me, look, I need you to go to college, take this course right here. I'm gonna do this to better your life. It's nothing with him giving me shit for free.
Your ass wouldn't have went to college. Keep it a buck.
Ask for no hand-me-outs or nothing like that. But the thing about it, he cut us completely off for nothing. Like, he cut us off, so of course we're gonna be sour about it. We was friends, we was kids and young boys growing up together.
Look, if someone puts you in a position, a good position or a good opportunity just because you know them, it's a hand-me-out. It doesn't have to be cash to be a hand-me-out. Most people have to work to be put in these positions. Most people have to go to school to get these positions, and then on top of all that, still know somebody. So yes, if you didn't work hard, if you didn't pay no dues, if you didn't get more education, and you're just asking someone to put you in a position, it's a hand-me-out. The position is the hand-me-out.
Even though he came back when he was from Italy, he came back. But mind you, his cousins and them lived in the hood, and that's where he used to play basketball at, up Tustin's, up there. And, that's our neighborhood. So we know him since then, and I spoke to him every day. I was around him every day. Like, so and we had dreams. We talked about stuff together, like what we was going to do and what he was going to do. Like, as far as like everything, as far as with my rap career and everything, we had shit that we had planned that all went out the door. I'm not saying he owed me nothing. So anybody watching, like, oh, it ain't that. It's certain things that you do that's real, that's thorough, and there's certain shit that's not thorough. The way he acted towards us wasn't thorough. And
that's enough of him. I think he made his point on why he thinks Kobe Bryant is a piece of shit. But I want to point out, how was he with Kobe Bryant every day? How were they talking so much, planning so much stuff, when Kobe Bryant was training to be the best basketball player in the world? When did he have time to just chit chat with you and talk about rap music and what you guys are going to do with the future? He's 17, 18 years old, working on getting drafted, going straight to high school into the NBA. We all know this. We all know his extreme training regimens. We all know all this guy did was play basketball. And that's why he's a subpar rapper. Kevin Sanchez can say he was a beast rapper and they dumbed him down or made him lame or whatever he wants. And I'm a biased Kobe Bryant fan, and he made a huge impact in my life that I'll never forget. But I'm still not going to say he's a dope rapper. I just won't. Because DMX was my other role model, and he tells the truth. But now that you know, Kevin Sanchez thinks Kobe Bryant's a piece of shit because he got falsely accused of robbing a 7-Eleven 2 miles away when he was really with Kobe in the gang doing a performance. And the only reason why they thought he robbed a 7-Eleven is because his younger brother is a gangbanger and criminal. So they took Kevin Sanchez's headshot, put it in a bunch of different crimes because they were just trying to get him, but he beat all those charges except for this one where he robbed a 7-Eleven, even though none of the evidence point that he did it, and a whole bunch of Kobe's family and friends testified in his behalf. But since Kobe Bryant didn't testify, he's still guilty. And after his conviction, Kobe Bryant stopped talking to him. And then Kobe Bryant stopped talking to him again in 1999 when he met his wife. So Kevin Sanchez had to do 18 months in jail, or 20 months in jail, and then 3 years of house arrest, or 2 years of house arrest. Then they tried to appeal it. He knew he was going to lose, so he cut off the ankle bracelet and ran to Wisconsin or something like that. At that point, he was put on America's Most Wanted, and they later caught him and put him back in jail for like 2 more years or something like that. While Kevin Sanchez was in jail, Kobe Bryant never talked to him, visited him, or put money on his books. He only wrote one letter, and that was about the grape case that Kobe Bryant was going through. And once Kevin Sanchez read that letter, 15 seconds later, it blew up. At that point, Kevin Sanchez and Kobe Bryant never talked again, until Kevin Sanchez was released from jail the day Tupac died. He found the Lakers tour bus, saw all the players, called Kobe Bryant over, had a private conversation with him, and told him he doesn't want any handouts, but he needs Kobe Bryant to give him a good opportunity, hook him up with some good people so he can make a lot of money. And Kobe thought this was a good idea and was like, okay. Then Kevin Sanchez said, but I don't have your phone number. So Kobe Bryant gave him his phone number, but it was really the assistant's number. At that point, he doesn't hear from Kobe Bryant again. But still, him and the other members of Kobe Bryant's ex-rap group from high school still thought, since they used to rap together, that one day the great Kobe Bryant's gonna come back and give them the kingdom. It's the least he can do, since they made some rap songs together that sucked. Since Kobe Bryant worked his ass off harder than anybody else in the whole damn universe to be the greatest basketball player, shouldn't he give us something? And since he didn't, he's a piece of shit. All I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think this Kevin Sanchez is telling the truth? Was he Kobe Bryant's best friend? Was he a secret friend that we just never knew about? Because we always understood that Kobe didn't really hang out with people. He was never social. Even when he was on the Lakers, they got mad at him for not wanting to hang out, not wanting to talk, not wanting to go to clubs. Well, at one point he was too young, but it just wasn't his thing, and it kind of threw off the players too. So even when Kevin Sanchez says all these new friends that he made when he went to LA, he went to LA to put in work, not to make friends. He makes that very clear all the time. It was about basketball. His life was about basketball. And now we got this Kevin Sanchez guy coming out and claiming that his life was about him, I guess. But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip. Day and night.
Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real.
All my life.
Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real.
Can't help
Keep it real, keep it real, keep it real.